Hello everyone! Welcome back to the world of Pokemon. Because the Gajinkas weren't enough in the previous series, we're back for more!
Really now, Doctor? You almost seem displeased that we're coming back to this particular fandom.
Very funny, Nurse. You know all the mishap I went through, and you just so luckily got all the Pokemon I wanted.
Are we even going to use those Pokemon again? Or are they just trophies to display? I want to see them again. I was excited to be their trainer.
Who knows? We could even use them for my experiments.
Crafty, no!
I only kid, Nurse. Jeez. Don't get your braids in a bundle. But without further ado, let's get to the main course of today's episode.
So, Doctor, what will we be focusing on today? Pokemon-wise, I mean.
We're going to be talking about Pokemon starters. And today, we're going to be the professors.
You mean we get cool tree names?
No. And besides, you'd be named after a bush.
Ugh.
Not to mention that what we're drawing today is our very own Fakamon.
Fakamon? What's that?
Dark Sylvania? An amazing Fakamon creator and concept artist? What are you doing here? Why, yes. Care to explain to Nurse and the audience about Fakamon? Indeed.
Oh, I see the fake Pokemon now, so their fan concept's pretty well.
Speaking of what?
Wait, Doctor, you actually weren't kidding about us being professors today!
Why, yes. Wait, you thought I was joking? I'm offended, Nurse.
Anyway, Dark Sylvania, which Pokemon would you like?
Hey now, not so fast. Why don't you tell the audience about yourself? Isn't that lovely? Now, back to the feature presentation. You know, out of all the Generation starter Pokemon, I chose the best ones out of each of them.
Doctor, just because you chose a certain starter doesn't make the other ones any less great.
I beg to differ. I first started with the best of Kanto, Squirtle, the superior to the Kanto starters. If you don't believe me, go watch the Pokemon Starter Death Battle Royale.
Doctor?
And then I chose Cyndaquil for Johto, because Typhlosion was the most powerful, especially since it was the fire starter. No,
sorry, Dark Sylvania. He gets into a subject and doesn't listen to anyone else but his own ego.
And then there's Hoenn. Naturally, I chose Torchic, because a fighting Brazilian chicken is the most badass thing I can conceive of.
I'm gonna cut my hair off!
And then I chose Piplup in Sinnoh, because I thought it was cute at first, but then it evolved into the most badass king penguin of all. Obviously the best choice.
I'm gonna tattoo my entire body!
And surprisingly, I chose Snivy for Unova, which I usually don't choose the grass starter type because they're usually the worst. But I mean, come on, its evolution has literally got superior in its name. I had to.
I'm gonna start calling everyone dog!
And for the final ones, I chose Froakie and Rowlet because, well, just look how cute they are.
Doctor!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Since we're on the topic of superior Pokemon, let's talk about the specific system they have when it comes to difficulty.
That's right! In the game, they introduced a way to easily learn the type's strengths and weaknesses, starting from a very simple game of rock, paper, scissors into a more complex version, where grass is strong against water, water is strong to fire, and fire is strong to grass.
And that becomes essential. For example, in Red and Blue, depending on what starter you choose, will decide how easy the first couple of gyms are.
If you chose Bulbasaur, the first 2 gym bosses are easy and the player has a defensive advantage against the 3rd gym boss. If you chose Squirtle, the first gym would be easy while they have an equal fight in the 2nd gym. Whereas players who chose Charmander have an uphill battle with a disadvantage against the first 2 gyms.
Wait, why are we being so overly informative? Quick, I have to say something stupid. Aha! Vanillux is the best Pokemon design! Now, let's talk about superior design.
We've already long established that everything you like is inherently superior. Go for it! The Chinese zodiac? Ah, like the year of the dragon! That is so interesting! You sure know a lot! Are there any other patterns with these starters in the series? So that means if the theory is true, you'll be able to predict what fire-type starters will look like in future games!
Hey you! This is my show. Let me do the talking.
Oh my! God forbid you didn't have the spotlight for a whole minute and a half!
As I was saying before, Torchic is the best. Flaming Chicken's a badass.
You certainly are an expert in making a right cock out of yourself.
Then I chose Piplup in Sinnoh.
Sometimes he just prattles. Would you like to take 5 in the break room and have some water?
King Penguin of all. Obviously the best choice. Well, that's almost it for this part of the episode, I believe.
Anything to add, Dark? It must suck to be a starter.
So you could say that they're being kept cute. Sister Suffragette, one more time and I quit.
How can you quit? This is your show! And I wasn't even going to! Well, it was his fault for starting it.
A pun after my own heart. I'm not even mad. Oh, the other two must have been downright Bulbasaur.
I sure know what it's like to be held back from reaching my full potential.
So the starters are often kept as they are, to give the show's watchers some characters to hold on to.
They're all so cute!
They're alright, I suppose. Let's find out more about them.
Vino, the Vinehorn Pokemon. Vino will consume grass and leaves in order to strengthen its horn. When full of food, its horn can leave holes in brick walls when it charges into them. Imble, the Firecat Pokemon. Imbles will roughhouse with other Imbles in their family group. What seems like playing is actually the Pokemon strengthening their headbutt attacks. The strongest in the group will eventually become the leader. Fastbunt, the Host Trunk Pokemon. Fastbunts are playful creatures and will use their trunks like water guns to playfully soak other Pokemon and people. When not using their trunks, they keep them rolled up like a hose to preserve their water reserve.
Oh, is it time to pick then?
I rather like the grass one. We both have pointy noses.
That's its horn. Oh. Oh, you're so adorable, I could die!
You better not. Who's gonna clean up my storage? Me?
I thought that's why you hired the maid.
Oh yeah. Anyway, now that we've all picked our starters, it's time to bring this episode to a close. Join us again next week when we get to the next stage of our development. Until then, good night everybody.
Thank you very much for, putting up with another episode of the Dr. Crafty Show.
Make sure to like and subscribe to us, my subjects. And if you especially love the show, please feel free to pledge to us on Patreon as well. I want to dive into a pool full of money. Tune in next week for even more dastardly designs. Until next time,